Katie said to make sure I tell you that she is not the one that said to do this, that it was my idea. But that's what I'm doing. Sometimes I do crazy stuff like that. Stuff is racks and shelving, and it's a real tarp eater. But I knew that coming in. All right, good morning. We're getting ready to go back to work. I got the truck warming up over there. Bailey's already had her bath this morning. You can see all the fuzzies on her. We're out walking her. I got her on a leash so she doesn't get dirty. Those two are arguing. Not too sure what's going on there. Wanted to show you this. This is one of our big projects that one of our big projects that me and Teresa did was putting up the horse shelter there. Turned out pretty good. So me, Teresa, and the tractor put it up. It took us about 7 days, but you know, we didn't work on it 8 hours a day. We worked on it maybe 3 or 4 hours a day. There's a white truck sitting over there. I started that one. That far white truck, the 13, I'm having problems getting it started. But the 03 is doing good. So anyway, we're getting ready to go. We're gonna go have breakfast with Teresa and then hit the road. Okay, it's actually about 11 o'clock. We spent a little bit longer on breakfast. There's Teresa, she's going home. See, so I did a couple things to the truck while I was at home. I put this big step on right here. See that right there? There used to be a little one right there. So now I got that big step. The other thing I did was back here on the headache rack. I didn't like the way all my ratchet binders, when I would put them all together on those two little racks. So I got that rack. That's off my old headboard for my side kit. So I put that rack right there. on there so I can spread out my ratchet binders a little bit. And then another little trick, let's see here, let me use my big step, crawl up here. So another trick to keep your ratchet binders from rolling out or unrolling, get a piece of chain and put a piece in chain, and that'll keep that bottom piece from spinning around. So anyway, I just slowly, hang on a second, it's hard to do with one hand, slowly getting everything back together, and it fit perfect. See, my ladder, I got plenty of room for the ladder to sit right there. Also, I put the ladder right there because that's where I hooked the camera up. I had to fix some lights, so fix those. These are incandescent lights, these aren't LED lights. Eventually I will change them over, but you can see there's one chrome trim missing right there, but I think there's what, 20 lights on each side. I did find some little LED lights to put on there. They're about $8 a piece. So eventually, Bailey in the window. Generator, I know it's not pretty, but I put some screws in the lid there and I tightened that up. That's going to be one of our things on our way up to Oklahoma. That's where we're going, is we're going to stop. There's a truck wash, self-serve truck wash. We're going to wash the generator, take the cover off. Everything else looks pretty good back here. So we're getting ready to hook up to our Dorsey trailer. And let's see here. Once we get hooked up, we're going to lift the axle. I'll tell you about where we're going once we get up in the truck. Now, when I go to Joe's Truck Lube, they give you these little things here, and we're going to throw some of these on there to grease the fifth wheel. They work pretty good. Just take them on there like this, and then when we hook up, we're going to drop the suspension, get it under the trailer, and then we'll raise the suspension right before we hook up. We'll raise the suspension and those things will pop. Okay, so we backed the tractor up, the suspension's dropped on the tractor, and you can see we're right before we're going to hook up to it. So we'll raise it up, and as it raises up, those will pop and we'll slide underneath it. Alright, I don't know where I left you guys. I think we were hooking up the trailer. We're in Vaughn, New Mexico. So we drove about 450 miles today. We're deadheading all the way over to Oklahoma to pick up a load to go back to Arizona. Katie said to make sure I tell you that she is not the one that said to do this, that it was my idea. And it was. The reason is I want to be back home for Christmas. And that load pays okay. So, but it pays enough to make a round trip. I'll still make a little bit of money out of it. And I might do it again because they got another load out of Oklahoma going to the same place. But that's what I'm doing. Sometimes I do crazy stuff like that. The reason I do that is it is hard trying to find loads out of Arizona. And people say, well, why don't you move? Well, I can't move. But I don't know. I do love the weather out in Arizona. I know the Midwest got hit with some tornadoes the last couple of days. Bailey's doing good. She's doing good. Had a good time at home. We got our shed done, the horse shelter thing. So we get past the end of this year, past New Year's, we'll get back in the groove of things.
get back to work. But anyway, we'll call it quits for today. Bailey's been napping all day, so she's full of energy. We'll call it quits for today, and we'll hit again tomorrow.